strangers winking on my feet. Then I see the moonlight sparkling in your eyes. Oh, my body's frozen and my soul's on fire. Just follow me, baby, pulling at me with a foxy move. Gently come over. My body's a boat sailing through the wind.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Nail Tip Show. My name is Tiffany, and if you have never joined us before, welcome to our show. If you didn't know, we are going to be here Tuesday and Thursday, starting between like 7:30 to 8 p.m. PST time. So we'll be here, and every week you'll see different nail tutorials. We'll do different designs. We'll do different styles of application. Basically anything with acrylic, stickers, transfer, all the good stuff. A lot of nail art. So if you are a nail art enthusiast, this is the best place for you. If you love just watching nail art videos, come and hang out with us. If you like just doing nails and you're a beginner and you need to learn a couple more tips and tricks, well, this is the place for you. Or if maybe you're just like, I've been doing nails forever and I just need some inspiration, well, great. Thanks for joining us. You're the perfect place as well. So if you guys are new, make sure to comment down below. Throughout the show, I'm going to be on our phones on this side, and we have people watching on YouTube and Facebook. So if you guys have any questions or comments, I will make sure to read them on the phone. So make sure to comment down below if you are new, where you are watching from, because we love where you guys are watching from. We have viewers from all over the world, but sometimes it's just really cool just to just see where you guys are watching from, and you guys have so much pride in where you live. So it's actually really, really cool. And before we get started, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, and make sure to like our page on Facebook so you never miss out on any of our tutorials. If you guys also didn't know, you can actually just share the video on your Facebook page to make sure that you never lose the video, because I know like the feed in Facebook just gets so crazy. So if you share it to your page and you miss something on this show, then you can actually go back and rewatch it. We have so many tutorials from previous times, from like doing luxury brands to doing milk bath. We did that last week. So if you want to go back and watch our videos, that'd be great too. But without further ado, we're gonna do a different design today. We're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do some tip application. So without further ado, here is Chang.
Thank you con. Hello everyone. Em mến chào các bạn đến với chương trình The Nail Tip Show Facebook Live và YouTube Live hàng tuần vào thứ Ba và thứ Năm khoảng chừng 7 giờ rưỡi. Hôm nay các bạn có khỏe không? Hôm nay em sẽ chia sẻ với các bạn một cách làm cánh tip long tip dài. Tại vì em có dài một là người là phòng học sinh của em, và vài người cũng message em là how to apply cái long tips, và cũng một người request làm cái muốn làm ombre. Thì hôm nay coi như là em phối hợp hai cái technique đó, với lại mình sẽ làm một tí design nếu mà mình có thời giờ. Thì em mong các bạn tune in hàng tuần cùng nhau chia sẻ và cùng học hỏi và tương tác với nhau nhé. Cũng như mọi thường, em xin các bạn share cái live này để cùng các bạn làm nail, để tune in và cùng tương tác với nhau. Hello everyone. So today I'm kind of incorporating two techniques that I know a few people requested me and messaged me asking how to apply long tips and also do the ombre techniques, how to make it more like a nice ombre techniques. So today I'm gonna give you a little more details on those two techniques, but also if we have time, I want to do some nail art as well. So yeah, like always, please share this live so more friends can tune in with us. Tiffany, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Well, like always, we always want to say few friends before we start. So em thấy có Anthony nè. Hi Anthony, thank you for tuning in. Claudia from Facebook, Kimberly, Monique, Carlene. Did I say her name right, Tiff? I don't know.
Yes, I think Carlene.
Okay. And Loan, how you am, and Pauline. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thì cũng mời các bạn và cùng share cái live và mình cùng chia sẻ với những cái nail tip ngày hôm nay nhé. So yeah, you want to shout out to a few people from YouTube?
Yes, so a couple people on YouTube. We're gonna say hi to Laura. Kiba, interesting name. I love that name. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Adrian and Carrie. Hello, Carrie. She said, hi, Tiffany. Hi, Anne. I'm not new here, but I'm from the UK, and it's 3:54 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for always tuning in.
Thank you for the love as well. Yes, so like I said, I have one of my students asked me how to apply a long tip because she was struggling with it, but also I feel like ombre is always like It's like one of the technique you have to master if you're doing nail art or like trendy nails. It's always gonna be around. So I feel like ombre, French ombre or color ombre is always in. So I'm more than happy to share that with you. So I have done 2 tips, as you can see here. These are the tips that we have on the online on the nailtipshop.com. But you can see, even with using tips, the shape should never change. You want to mimic as close to form shaping as much as possible. Yeah. So hôm nay em sẽ chia sẻ với các bạn cách làm tip. 2 cái tip này cũng là có tại nailtipshop.com, nhưng mà các bạn cũng thấy thì em đã làm sơ sơ thôi. Thì cái shape doesn't matter, các bạn làm tip hoặc là gắn form thì cái móng và cái shape của cái nail mình phải làm cho nó chuẩn và cho nó có cái góc độ, chỗ nào mỏng chỗ nào dày. Thì hôm nay em sẽ chia sẻ cặn kẽ hơn về những cái tip đó, tại vì em biết long nail bây giờ rất là thịnh, nhiều khách hàng trẻ càng ngày càng muốn có design và long nails. Thì em thấy cũng có nhiều người, vài người bạn request, thì em hôm nay cũng tiện luôn thì chia sẻ luôn ha. Thì cái tip này em đã gắn rồi và đắp rồi, thì hôm nay em sẽ làm cũng giống như vậy. Nhưng mà nếu mà các bạn có cái tip nào muốn chia sẻ với em thì em cũng muốn học hỏi từ các bạn, thì các bạn share luôn nhé. Thì cái này thì em đã dùng cái stiletto tip, còn cái này thì em dùng cái loại coffin, giống như cái tên nó coffin, such a morphin, you know, it's
Morbid
like
name,
morbid
yeah.
name, so it's just like, it's hard to say, but it doesn't sound right, so a lot of people just call it taper square. I mean, taper square slightly, it's not as taper as coffin shape, but I guess, you know, it's just matter of preference as well. Taper square is nice too. So yeah, so bây giờ em sẽ chia sẻ ha. So 2 cái ngón này em đã prep rồi, so obviously I already prepped the nails. Trước khi làm cánh tip á, em cũng khuyên các bạn là lúc nào mình cũng shape cái móng bầu vô chút xíu. So you want to shape the natural nails as slightly rounded like I have here to fit the form and to fit the tips better. Okay, because it's very critical. If you leave the edge wide, it's gonna get in the way to fit the form, and it's kind of sort of in the way when you apply the tip as well. So lúc mà mình gắn dũa cái móng cho nó ngắn, và lúc nào cũng cái first tip mà em muốn chia sẻ các bạn là các bạn phải dũa nó vô bầu chút xíu. Tại vì nếu mà cái ngón này nó bè ra thì cái tip nó sẽ nó khó gắn hơn, và cái form nó cũng khó fit hơn. Thì các bạn bầu cái móng chút xíu ha. So let's just say I'm happy with that. And of course có nhiều loại glue ngoài thị trường, thì các bạn có thể dùng loại nào cũng được, nhưng mà trong I guess the best glue là dùng cái glue mà khoảng chừng 5 second fast dry, or mấy cái glue đó thì the best. Thì hôm nay những cái tip mà em sẽ làm là có trong website ha. Thì cái tip, the key of fitting the tip là phải nó cái tip á, nó phải vừa từ bên hông bên này tới bên này, là cái sidewall bên này ha, phải fit nó nha. So basically you want to fit the tip from sidewall to sidewall. Oh, hi Linda. How are you? Linda just tuned in. Hi Brenda. Hi Marcy. Hi Sharon. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, so if you guys just tune in, and hi Kenny. Thank you everyone. Cảm ơn các bạn nhé. So nếu mà when you put the tip, the first key I wanna see, this is obviously too small, right? So then I'm gonna go a size bigger. So naturally I have done her nails a couple times, so I know her size. But for you to match, you don't wanna adhere the tips right like this. You just want the tip barely at the free edge. Does that make sense? Let me use that so you guys can see that. Okay, so this tip, it has to be fit from sidewall to sidewall. Okay, nếu mà các bạn coi cái tip mà nó không có vừa, một là nó dư quá, hoặc nó nhỏ, nếu mà nó nhỏ cỡ này cũng không được nhé. Nếu mà các em đang ngưng này nè, các bạn thấy không? Cái góc đó nếu mà nó dư kiểu đó là không được. Coi như bây giờ em thử lấy cái móng này nhé. Nè, cái này nó nhìn nó cũng gần giống mà nó thiếu nè, các bạn thấy không? Nó thiếu chút xíu thì không có được, là tại vì cái chỗ đó nó sẽ dễ bị hở và nó sẽ bị gãy. So if you look at this tip, it's almost correct, almost. Okay, if I have to bend it down, you don't want it because it's gonna pop easily because the tip doesn't fit because you're forcing down. You're forcing it down. So you want to fit this tip from sidewall to sidewall. Okay, if it fits like this, you know it's wrong because you still have a little gap, even though it's almost there, but it's not. So I have to go up one size bigger. But if you need to, you can always use the hand file and shape it down a little bit if you need it to. You don't want to go, it's almost like you want to go slightly bigger than slightly smaller because you always can tailor that to make it fit. Does that make sense? Okay. Hả? Bây giờ em làm cái bên này trước đi ha để nó match ha. So em sẽ bỏ tí glue. Okay. Anybody have questions? If you guys have questions, let me know. Because sizing the tip is very important. So yeah. So then I'm just gonna go in and you wanna just like form. You want your end to line up in the center of the knuckle. Okay. So lúc mà mình làm mình always cái chuẩn cái góc độ của cái móng á, phải ngay cái chỗ cái knuckle chỗ này thì nó mới thẳng. Tại vì các bạn theo cái ngón này á, giống như tay nếu mà nó méo á, thì nó méo. Rồi lúc nào mình cũng lấy cái chuẩn ngay chỗ này nhé để gắn chip vô ha. Rồi những lúc mới đầu làm á, thì các bạn có thể khó chút xíu nhưng mà từ từ tập thì sẽ quen. So yeah. So see, I just have to line it. And sometimes I have to tell you I don't get correct just first try. I have to take it off and do it again because sometimes you don't pay attention. So then I have to fix it because you don't want to crook it now. So mình look. So that's the first sign you look. Mình phải coi cái chỗ knuckle này, mình để thẳng cái đầu dũa, coi nó line up straight không. Nếu mà nó line up straight, then you got it right. Because you don't want to base the nail, the angle of the tip of the nail on your nail bed. You want to use your knuckle as a pinpoint. Okay, so that makes sense. Let me know. Okay, so that's how you get a straight tip all the time. So it doesn't matter, okay, the nail is crooked. If you base on the knuckle point, that's where, because that's the center of your nail. Because if you base on the nail bed, the nail plate, you're gonna get it wrong. Okay, so that's a tip that I want to share with you. Okay, các bạn thấy có question gì cứ, nếu mà các bạn có thắc mắc những cái ai làm càng dài móng tip càng khó chút xíu thì các bạn có thắc mắc thì đừng có ngần ngại gọi chia sẻ với em nhé. Yeah. So em mới thấy nhiều bạn mới tune in, cảm ơn các bạn nhé. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So that's tip. So let me use another tip. So it doesn't matter what tip, I mean the size and the shape, you know, the key is that's how you measure it. So now I have to measure this one, right? So this tip is, let me see. It's right there. Oh, this fits perfectly too. It's slightly more, slightly over on the other side, but I'm just gonna shape it. And you want to shape it a little bit evenly. You don't want to do too much on one side, because then that way your nail gonna be crooked as well. So mình cứ fit nha, từ sidewall to sidewall. See, this tip is more like coffin shape. So same thing. This tip is really nice because it's nice and sturdy at the free edge, but it's very nice and thin and nice. I'm sorry, nice and thin at this area because when it's thin, it's easily adhered to the nail tip. So make sure you fit from sidewall to sidewall. Okay. So I'm gonna put on another little bit of glue. Go ahead.
We have a couple questions, but I just want to let you guys know, if you guys are tuning in, we've been started on giving tips on tip application. If you guys missed the beginning, just make sure to share this video to your page or just save it so that you can go back and rewatch it. All right. Katina asked, she said, do I need to tilt the finger down when I'm applying tip? And then how much glue should I use?
Just right like that. Just like a slightly tip. Okay, just slightly at the free exit. You don't need a lot. I'm gonna tell you why, and then you can apply more as you go. So what I'm doing is I'm tilting kind of same level. If you look at this now, you don't want it too down, but you kind of want to hold it a little bit because you want to see the knuckle and see where you angle, and plus that way you can see the sidewall. You tip too much down, sometimes you can A little bit down, okay, but not all the way down, obviously. You want to kind of keep in your eye level a little bit. So then when you adhere it on, you can see how you anchor it, okay? And if you see, as I'm doing down, I'm pressing it slightly down. Obviously, the glue doesn't spread out evenly, then that's okay. As long the tip is on and you have the tip on sidewall to sidewall, you can always add that in after you have everything nice and set. Okay? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Okay? And I can wipe because I put a little bit too much. Now, before I put any more glue on it, I have to double check if my angle is straight. It looks like it's straight because I'm going to check with the knuckle and it looks straight. And you can see here, I'm going to show you right here, I don't have enough glue from sidewall to sidewall. That's okay because now I can go back and just add a little bit more. Because now you just squeeze slightly more. That way you don't get all over the cuticle. Or use brush on bottle. If you don't want to use use the brush on bottle like this with the brush, and that way it's nice too. Okay, and I want another tip that I want to, okay, let's be done with that. So again, if you get interested, it's on the website. But let's just say you have it down. Then another tip I want to tell you to get I did this shape with this exact tips, okay? Exact tip. So another key I want to tell you is that when you do stiletto or any coffin shape, you have to have the sidewall here straight out and it comes to a point. Because if you angle it wrong, the tip go up, then it's not gonna be straight. So you have to you have to angle it where the tip is almost like from this side here, the side wall right here. That's the lowest point of the side wall that fits straight to the edge, to the length that you want. At the end of the edge to the length that you want. It has to be straight. Okay?
Why is it important for it to be straight?
Because if it's shorter, if the nail is slightly shorter, especially when you do form, I'm using the same theory when I do form, because when I apply tips, because the structure of the nail should never change just because you're using different nail kind of nail aid, I guess, whether form or tip is sort of like an aiding. It's a type of material you use to aid to structure a shape, right? So it doesn't change the structure. So when you, in order for this to be straight, is this edge right here. Because this one I have slightly long, but I'm gonna shorten it a little bit if you wanted to. But even though it's still slightly longer, but it doesn't look bad because it's straight. Because that edge, in order for this to be lined up, if you're gonna get a straight edge, that's just kind of like the basic knowledge behind shaping and building sculpting shape. Does that make sense? Hi Tao, how are you, Em? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, so that makes sense. So I already did this, and look, if you got it straight, you're gonna sculpt it straight. And sometimes the tip, if it's not straight, because sometimes stiletto is slightly different because it kind of curved in, because when they make it, they try to make it more slanted. So this side is kind of missing. So what I do when I apply the acrylic, I slightly go down a little bit so it kind of feels that edge. So I have a straight edge too, if that makes sense. You just have to know how to correct it. But overall, this shape, the reason I like this tips because it's straight edge, it's straight and long. So you can shorten it, you know, or keep as long as you want. Does that make sense? Okay.
The snooze button on YouTube asks, what is your favorite brand of tips?
Well, obviously I have it on the website. So this is, I'm collaborating with my friend Cindy Mark. She's a friend of mine, and she has these tips, and I love it. The reason I love it so much because with this shape, it has, if you look at the side view, it has a nice C curve to it. I'm gonna pause it there so you can see a nice C curve to it. So I built, right? That's a really nice C curve. And the straight tip is really straight on the side, and it's really come to a nice point. So because the tape has a mimic style of form lines, that's why I like it. Okay, does that make sense? So let's move on. Các bạn có thắc mắc gì không? I know em có nói tiếng Anh hơi nhiều, nhưng mà nếu mà các bạn bạn có thắc mắc thì bây giờ các bạn cứ hỏi đi, em có thể, tại cái này cũng là một cái service mà em biết nhiều dùng I mean tips là các bạn cũng hay dùng trong salon nhiều hơn làm form, thì cách nào mình khắc phục cái mình làm cái design, cái tip này mà làm giống như y hệt là form shape vậy đó, thì càng ngày cái móng thì càng đẹp và mọng mà thon, mà nó giữ càng chắc nữa nhé, là tại vì những cái tip và những cái cách mình đắp và những cái cách mình shape nữa. Thì this is why em chia sẻ với các bạn, thì cái bên hông này lúc nào cũng phải là thẳng nhé, cái tip mà nó thẳng mới là đẹp và đúng cái chuẩn của cái móng nhé, thì lúc nào mình cũng phải ấy nó ra. Còn so if you have like a ski nail, like how you call it, the nail that curl up a little bit, you have to tilt the tip down a little bit. So that's another way of doing it. You have to tip the angle the tip down, so then you get a straight line. If you follow that shape of the nail where it go up, then the tip will be slightly up, then it will be incorrect. So it depends on the nail that you're doing. You just have to kind of like make sure you know what you're doing and just kind of fix that problem. Like crooked nails, right? You have to form the nail slightly the opposite direction that the nail is crooked on. If the nail crooked on the left side, obviously you have to slightly move the tip towards the right a little bit, so then you line everything nice and straight. Ski slope. Thank you, Karen. Hi, Karen. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Huh? Anthony, are those two different tips you apply? And yes. So this tip is it's called taper square, straight square that I have on the website, and the stiletto is just stiletto shape. Okay, so there's two different shapes. So one is almost like the coffin shape, which is like a straight square, and it's medium length to long length. And then the one is the stiletto. So like I said, I love this too because it mimics the way I do sculpting forms. That's why I love it.
Yeah, and these tips are the only tips since we've started doing these lives, these are the only tips we use, and because they stay on so well. I wear these nails, and guys, let me tell you, they stay on super well. I saw Sharon, she said, I find tips intimidating. I was taught with forms, I'm scared that they will pop off. This is very helpful. Yeah, so I just wanted to reassure you guys, these tips stay on, and you guys, I'm not used to wearing nails like this all the time. Normally I have them natural if we weren't doing these lives, but I'm very rough with my hands. I wash my hands all the time. I bump my hand into things. It never comes off. It never chips off. So if you're worried that this will come off, they will not. They actually last a long time. Katina asked, do you prefer nail resin brush on or glue? Because sometimes my resin becomes gummy and the tip is hard to adhere to the nail plate.
Yeah, because I know that the brush on tend to get gummier, and in a way I kind of like this better. Before I like to use that, but I find that I never get to the bottle. It gets thickened so quickly, so I love these stuff. Now this one is like 3 seconds or 5 seconds. It's the same, I would say the same formula, but you just squeeze it out small. I find that it's pretty easy to use. So the brush on, I mean the bottle is bigger, so you think you have more glue, but technically you don't use it up because it gets dry so quick. Because the formula is different with that 5 second dry. Every time you open the bottle, you have air into the bottle, so it dries quicker. So that's why I get a gummy gooey very quickly for that reason, because it's 5 seconds. Because the accelerator is really high, so that's why it dries so quickly. But I feel like with this one, you can control it. You just squeeze out as you need it, and you can close it off. So little air coming in, so I feel like it lasts better. I know it's smaller, but I feel like you can use it longer. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right.
Laura asks, what can I use if I'm allergic to monomer?
Monomer? You mean acrylic? So right now we have so many options in terms of nails enhancement. So what we have builder gel in a bottle and in a jar. We have poly gel. We have dipping, and we have hard gel. So let me explain a little bit. I know this is off the topic a little bit. It doesn't matter what type of any nail enhancement that you use. The beginner result of any product, whether with dipping, powder, polygel, acrylic, hard gel, the chemistry of it start from the same way. It's all started from acrylic chemistry family. So it just formulated differently, but I know a lot of people might be allergic to monomer because the type of monomer that you use, either MMA or EMA. So pay attention to that, and maybe buy high quality products. Then they use really high-end chemical, a healthier, safer chemical, and so it's better for you. I hope that makes sense. But if you are confused, then let me know. Hi, Karen. Hi, Anthony. Said glad you can join. Okay, so now I'm just gonna. So the first thing you have to do is nip the length of the tip that you want to do. That's the first thing. Okay, don't go on filing it. Okay, first thing you have to cut it short, the length that you want. Second, file the sidewalls. The reason you have to do that because once you clean and shape here, the glue is getting less and less because you are shaping it down. So now it's here a lot better. You want to do all this first. You want to do all shaping, shortening, everything first before you do the surface. Okay, so that's another key where the nail doesn't pop. Because sometimes you do all this and the nail's so thin, and as you're working on the sidewall, you already kind of like moving it, and you the adhesion of the tip as well. So do the shortening and the sidewall, everything first. Ok, trước khi các bạn mà muốn cho nó làm cho nó mịn và đều hết á, thì em có hai điều mà các bạn phải cần làm trước khi là phải cắt ngắn. Thứ hai là mình dũa cho cái móng nó chỉnh đốn nó lại để cho nó có cân bằng chưa. Tại nhiều lúc tuy rằng cái tip này rất là tốt, nhưng mà tùy theo cái móng nó chưa có ra đều, hay là nó có hơi bè ra, thì mình phải bây giờ là một cái chỗ này là mình phải cần cho nó mình chỉnh nó lại ha. Mình chỉnh lại cho nó hai cái sidewall nó ra straight, mà cái shape này stiletto thì em phải dũa cho nó mỏng. So here, if you got this sidewall tight already, nếu mà các bạn làm cái này vừa rồi, thì các bạn chỉ cần dũa cái góc cho nó nhọn lại thôi. Thì mình đừng có để cái đầu dũa sát vô ông này. You dig in too much, you're gonna lose that edge. So you just want to do the sidewall, then pull the file out a little bit. Same thing with this side. Ok, mình muốn cho nó mỏng á, thì mình đừng có đụng cái này nhiều á. Tại các bạn mà dũa nhiều quá, cái góc cái này nó mất, nó lại dễ bị gãy nữa. So mình để cái góc này nó hở ra chút xíu. So mình để hở ra, look at the top view. Em để cái này hở ra chút xíu nè. Hay là hoặc là mình có thể lấy cái tay này ấn nó vô chỗ này. So em không có cần dũa chỗ này. See, nếu mà em chỉ muốn dũa cái chỗ này dưới, từ chỗ này nó nhọn á, em ấn nó lại. So if I wanna just shape the tip to fit perfectly, you know, from cuticle to the sidewall out, because this is a stiletto shape, right? I need this to come to a point. So earlier it was too wide. But so hold this while you're shaping this. First of all, you do two things. You hold your tip tight, and second, you don't bevel that corner, so then you don't lose that corner. It's very critical you leave that corner aligned straight like that. So by doing this, you keep that corner steady and your nail steady, and just kind of do the side, and you see how pointy that is. And see, already you have a perfect shape. Huh? Okay, Anthony, I have a client that I thought she was allergic to mono, but it actually acid primer I use. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm agree with Anthony. I hardly use primer when I do acrylic, and I don't have problem with lifting. I think it's key here is you use a good monomer, a professional brand. Second, you use the perfect ratio with powder and liquid, so then you don't have any lifting problem. And dehydrate, if you can use primer, use dehydrator. That would be good too. Okay. Oh, hi, Delisa. Thank you for tuning in. So I hope this makes sense, okay, guys? So you can see slowly, I'm bringing this shape really nice to a stiletto shape already. See, earlier I didn't shape it. If you watch the beginning of it, it's slightly wider. So now I'm trying to make it slightly more taper and everything come to a point. So if you do this, by the time you do the acrylic, your shape is already there. Same thing with this. The side wall, even though it fits, I'm just gonna slightly just taper a little bit in, you know, just so then everything nice and tight. And then before you move on, check the size again. If you look at the side view, look how beautiful that is. See, the shape is really cool, right? It's almost like if you were doing sculpting form. This is why I love about this. So, you know, take a little time. If you, I mean, I'm showing you, but it doesn't take that long to prep the whole set. I mean, and in average, I would say about, you know, less than 10 minutes, you know. But if you just starting, it might take slightly longer, but that's okay because you're just trying to do the right thing, because when you take the time to perfect all your techniques, the speed will come later. So now, I usually don't want to do by hand, to be honest with you, because it's so much quicker. You just take a call by bit, and then I'm using a medium, yeah, 3-in-1 call by bit, and this is what I do to blend it out and much quicker. So right now, since you see on the side view, it's slightly raised, right? Because the tip, right? So now what I'm gonna do is just take the call by bit. You don't want it on your natural nail. Don't ever put it on the natural nail, because call by bit should not be on the natural nail. But what I'm doing is just taking the call by bit and smoothing the edges, because it's very crucial that you do this. Because you don't do this, you can have a bulk right there, and by the time you put the powder and by the time you shape, you're gonna by the time you shape and when you're done, you see a little bit clear right here because it's too bulky. So by the time you want to shape it, you shape all the powder. So try to blend this out. It's very critical. Hannah, if you're watching, this is how you blend it out. And just take a call by bit and do it slightly. Just blend it out. You see, just by couple movement, and the tip is already blending neatly already. Okay, especially the edge. The middle, if you don't want to, you don't have to bevel it down so much. Ok, cái lúc mà mình làm tip á, hai cái bên hông này rất là quan trọng, các bạn phải dũa cho nó mỏng xuống chút xíu. Tại vì các bạn bỏ nó dày á, thì lúc mà các bạn làm nó đắp bột á, rồi mình dũa lại á, các bạn sẽ thấy nó thiếu bột, là tại vì nó dày quá rồi, lúc bột không có chỗ cho bột ngay chỗ cái góc này, thì cái nó sẽ bị gãy. Thì lúc mà cắt đeo dài kiểu vậy thì nó sẽ dễ bị gãy lắm. Thì lúc nào cũng lấy cái end queen. You can use a sanding band too, guys. If you guys are new, take a sanding band, like a medium sanding band, and do the same. But I just find it quicker if I just use a call by bit and just couple movement of shaving it down, and look at the tip is already blended. And then you're done. See? Oh, hi, Hannah. Just tune in. So, Hannah, do you have any questions? Let me know, okay? So, làm cho nó mỏng as much as possible, because mình với cái natural nail almost seamless together. Kind of like join in everything together. I know it's a little slow today, but I hope you guys really take this tip, because I really want you guys to build a nice, strong nails for your clients, okay?
Yeah, Pauline asked, she goes, is it the same way you shape a stiletto?
No, because a stiletto, you have to angle your file more like taper in, so then you have that more to the edge. But this one is almost straight, but then you kind of slightly going in, but not too much as a stiletto. Because you see how my file plays, you see it? This one, so you want it slightly in, but not too much. But always remember, this is the key here. Try not to dig in too much on this side. So if, like I said earlier, just hold it, so then you see how the angle where I put it? I never touch this. I just let it be and on the side. Same thing on this side. Okay, so now once you're done, and that's it, you just have to prep the nail, the plate, and then you can put the hydrator, primer, whatever you need to do. It depends on the medium that you're using, gel or builder gel or anything. But you just prep the nail slightly, because with a fine sanding band, I'm able to kind of roughen up the surface slightly. You don't need to do a lot, and that's it. And now you can't speak no more, because now you blend it out so thin, that if you move too much, you're gonna pop that tip. Okay, so this is why I suggest you guys do the refinement of this area last. Okay, các bạn phải làm cái này sau, là tại vì bạn thấy rồi đó, nếu mà các bạn làm xong là nó mỏng. Nếu mà bây giờ các bạn mà dụa nữa, nó sẽ bay cái tip, mà nó sẽ làm cái tip mình yếu đi nữa. So mình cũng không nên. Okay, so yeah, so let's do ombre. Okay, Hannah, em có thấy được chưa em? You understand em? You have any questions, hỏi chị nha. Okay. Hi, I just want to say hi Kim, hi Thục, hi các bạn. Thank you các bạn tuning in nhé. So bây giờ move on ombre. Any questions before we move on?
Baby J, Teresa, no, the real OG. Wow, I read that so wrong. She said, "How can I make my tiger's eye brighter?" Tiger's eye?
What is she asking? I don't know what tiger eye.
Oh, I don't know either. All right, we're just gonna move on.
Okay, maybe we need more explanation on that. Cô Tammy, say hi to con kìa. Hi Tammy.
Hello.
So bây giờ let's move on. Okay, so ombre. You want me to do a color? Let's just do typical French ombre. Okay, like just off-white and nude. Okay, that's a technique to it. So let's do that. But if you guys have any tips, techniques that you guys want me to focus on, let me know before we move on. Okay.
Yeah, just in case you guys are just tuning in again, I know we have a lot of people coming in and out, but if you're just tuning in again, we just did a tutorial on nail tip application. So if you guys missed it, make sure to just share it or just save the video so you can watch it later. We'll be here Tuesday, Thursday, but you guys can watch it again. Just want to let you guys know that.
Okay, so ombre, right? I did this too with almost like an off-white, like a matte. I explained that later, but pretty much the way like this. So I want to keep like that, nice and clean. So the French ombre, let's focus on it. So before with acrylic, I always kind of want to wet a little bit before you want to start, because that way it gives you like a slippery surface to work on with acrylic. So now let me take a kind of like good size American white from chisel, and I'm just gonna place right there. So the first bead that you apply on depend on the ombre, how high or how low you want it. Placement does matter, but in average, I want to place at least more than 60% or 70% of the nail. Okay, so I'm just taking the bead that I'm using, I'm just kind of slowly feather that down. Okay, and it's really critical to practice your ombre technique by practicing your bead consistency and enough monomer, so then your bead can be nice and even each time, so that's your ombre will be nice and even too.
Carrie, she said, when using forms, how do you know which nail shapes need the form to be placed at certain angles? For example, stiletto need to be angled slightly up, and for square it needs to be placed slightly down.
It's actually the opposite. Square has to be tilted, the form has to tilt up, and stiletto has to tilt down slightly. Do you guys want me to do the form video? I can do that as well if you guys want to do that, but give me a second. Let me finish this application right there, and then because it's warm in the studio, I don't want to dry it up before we start.
And then Pauline said, I always get a belly when I shape. What am I doing wrong?
Say that again. Belly?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, explain that to me a little bit.
You're like, right?
Yeah.
And then the question about the tiger's eye, she meant the magnetic cat's eye. She said, how do I make it brighter? That's what she was referring to.
Oh. I don't know. Anybody on the live chat could help her? Because I have not used the cat eye lately. So I think it's depend on the, if I'm correct, I think it's all depend on the product that you are using. If they use is a good gel, and then so basically the cat eye is all depend on the material they use within the gel. So they use good product and it's nice and bright. So anybody can answer that? Please help her. Let her know. Yeah. Hi, Loan. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Uh, the e-file that I'm using is also on the website. It's from Coupa. It's on the website as well, thenailtipshop.com. If you're interested, it's available on the website as well. What do you mean? I always get a belly when I shape what I doing wrong. What's that mean, belly? Okay, okay. Can you tell me what's that mean? I get a belly. I don't get that.
I don't know. I've lost our words.
Please tell me so I know. Okay, so as you can see, I want to perfect this part as much as possible first, so then it's nice and smooth. Okay, and it doesn't have to be thick or just make sure it's all kind of level. But if you notice when I apply here, make sure here is the thin area and make sure you blended everything in, feather down in, nice and smooth and more towards center. So you actually sculpting the shape at the same time, so then you have less shaping later on. But another key here too is you want to do this area thin because you want that ombre, because naturally the structure of a nail is thicker here, right? So this is where you want to start because you have more room to blend these two colors together. So if you start from here, it's slightly hard because this part of the nail, everything has to be nice and even. So you really have to blend this area if you're going to start here below. So I always suggest if you do ombre, start either 60% of the nail or 70% of the nail, because naturally this part is thicker. It's the highest point of the nail. You have more room and more area, more space to blend these two colors down.
Right. A belly is a curve. That's what it means. So the question is, I always get a curve when I shape. What am I doing wrong?
I think maybe the application, oh my God, we have so many.
She said it's not straight. I struggle with coffin my sides. So I guess the sides has a curve?
Yeah, because the application, I think the part of it, you have to blend. Okay, so let me get a tip. See if I have a tip.
I feel like, are these like slang words or just like slang words in like nail, in the nail world?
Okay, first of all, it's about is how you apply the product, because I think part of it is how you shape, but it's always naturally is how you apply the product. So when you use the product, okay, let me show you. It's good to have the first consistency too. So let's just say I'm gonna a medium bead. Okay, I go 1, 2, 3. So I have enough monomer. Let me say I start from the side here. Okay, I blend it down, and naturally I clean the product. And when I blend it down, you see how slowly I smooth it down. Sorry, because this part is dry. See, this is why I told you to wet your surface, because it's so hot, and I mean it's really hot today. So let me try that again. Okay, so wet your surface, right? Let me show you how you blend it out so you can have a nice even surface, so then you don't make more mistake when you shape. So it's all start from here actually. So when you, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna apply right there, same way like a medium bead, right? I'm gonna wet it a little bit. So now I wet my brush with a little bit monomer, right? When your brush is slightly moist, it's always easier to maneuver the product. So let's blend it down. You see how I just slightly tap a little bit on both sides, but on the surface it's nice and even, because I'm really blending better that down. And don't put too much pressure on your hand. Just slightly keep back and forth, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Essentially what you are doing is blend evenly on both sides and push everything towards the center. And now I'm just gonna clean the edge. Okay, so then it's nice because you sort of have a smooth surface now. Okay, so then I'm gonna take another bead. 1, 2, 3, same thing, apply it on, right? Then take my brush. Always clean your brush. When you have a clean brush, your surface is much cleaner. So have a smooth clean your brush before you go back and blend and feather that product down. You see? So now everything nice and smooth when you blend. If you feel like you don't have enough blending, clean your brush and go back and blend it again. But now you see it's more seamless from the side view. It's still not as perfect, but at least you get the idea that it's all start from here. Because when you have bulky, chunky on one area and thinner in an area, you do a lot of filing later on. I hope that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Sharon said if you do not hold your file straight with your fingers supporting on the other side, the sides would bow out. And Monica, she responded to the magnetic cat eye. She said the cat eye depends. Sometimes you have to put a big color, sometimes black. Also, when you're using the magnet, don't move it around the nail too much. It spreads the pigment. And if this happens, just repolish and try again. So that was in response to Baby J, the real OG.
Oh, thank you for that. That's very nice. So I hope you guys get that. But okay, let me do the off-white one more time on this side, okay? So now I'm going to start another. Always wet your surface, especially in the heat, guys. And then I'm going to apply another bead right here, where almost like the apex at, okay? And that's where I start slowing down. And okay, clean your brush. Make sure your brush is slightly clean with the monomer, and make sure it's slightly moist as well, and just slowly blending that down. And then see, everything move to the center. Everything move to the center and blend. And if you need to, just take the body of the brush and tap that product down. Okay? And don't feel like you have to have everything perfect with one try. I know I don't have everything perfect all the time, but that's okay because we're still learning. But at least the key here is to have this area right here, this area here, nice, smooth, and thin. This part to this part right here, nice, smooth, and thin. I mean, you want everything nice and smooth, but that's where you're blending the color down. So have that area thin and nice and smooth. The surface needs to be nice and smooth. Okay? So I hope you get that. This is a milky white. This is like a soft white or American white, yes. Because when you do ombre, it's always better to do everything. Start with a soft white because it's easier to blend the two color together. But các bạn có thấy em làm không? Là lúc mà em làm á, em sẽ cố gắng kéo cái bột này cho nó mỏng, nhất là cái chỗ này ombre, nhất là cái chỗ này phải mỏng và cho nó đều, mỏng đều ha, mà cho nó smooth, cho cái mặt nó rất là mịn. Tại nếu mà mình càng mịn á thì cái màu thứ hai mình kéo nó xuống nó rất là ra đều. Ok, nếu mà cái chỗ này nó không đều á, nó không mịn mà không đều á, là cái lớp thứ hai nó sẽ ra không đẹp. Yeah.
Yeah. So Faith asked, could you mix your pigment color in your acrylic powder for your ombre color?
Well, of course, pigment you can, but when you do it yourself, you don't get the right consistency. Does that make sense? So it's always better to buy. But you can. I know sometimes certain clients come in and say, I only want that color. So then you have to mix it. But you can. But make sure you don't mix too much pigment because that's why clear white nude has less pigment. That's why the nails stay stronger. So keep that. Yeah.
Baby J also asked, can I please know how to make flowers? Carrie did answer. She said that we do have other videos. We actually did a sunflower tutorial, I think a couple weeks ago. So please feel free to look back either on YouTube or Facebook. We do have a tutorial on how to make the 3D sunflower acrylic nail art.
Okay, so like this part right here, I don't have enough here. What you can do, you don't have to, but if you want to, if it bothers you so much, I can just take a little bit and just feather that thin and feather that in and make that, you see, just a little bit. So now it's nice and even, okay?
Jolie, she said, just joining. Hello, love the show. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. So you get it? So now you have everything nice. So now I'm just gonna try to apply the nude color, right? So let me do that. So now I'm gonna clean my brush and make sure I have. So now I'm just gonna take, and with ombre, try not to do. I have to break it into bead, because the first bead right here, all I'm trying to focus on is blending that out. I'm just gonna worry about blending that out. I'm not worried about the cuticle, because if you try to put one bead, you have to worry about the cuticle, and then you have to worry about the blending it out. I would say, you know what? Cut down the time and your worry. Just do one bead here. Make sure the blending is nice and smooth. So that's it. Okay? And then I'm gonna do another smaller bead. Okay? At the cuticle. Now I can focus just at the cuticle. I don't have to worry about blending it out, because I have everything kind of like the way I want it already. But now I'm gonna go back and see if I need anything. I'm just gonna go back and add another bead in here to build my apex. And always clean your side, okay? And see if that makes sense. So now here, that's another critical part right here. Let's just say you like the ombre, you might not, but if you feel like you want to feather down slightly more, or you can also take a small bead and just place it right there and just feather that down more quickly while the bead is still wet. So then you have a nice ombre. Does that make sense?
That looks so good.
Yeah.
So seamless. So
Yeah.
easy.
Okay. All right. So now I have that. I'm gonna make sure I have all the sidewall to sidewall. Make sure everything is nice and perfect. I always feel like I need a little bit on the here, just the sidewall is okay. And then what you do is, of course, if you're happy with the ombre, you can stop. But if you're not, you can always add more. You know, same thing. If you want to, you can always, wherever you need it, just add that part more. And that's how you perfect your ombre as well. Okay, and then the rest, you have to use clear to build the nail. But let me focus on this one. Okay. Okay, let's do this one more time. So cái này là em sẽ làm ombre ha. Cái lớp đầu tiên á, là các bạn đừng có làm một cục xuống nó lên này. Mình chia ra làm đôi. That way á, mình có thể lo cái ombre cho nó đều là được rồi. So bây giờ em sẽ lấy một cục vừa vừa thôi ha. Right there. And put it right on top. Ngay cái chỗ trên mặt chỗ đó đó. So I just blend it down while it's still wet. See? And then I'll add that in a little bit more. Okay, I'll take another bead and I'll put it right at the cuticle area.
Katina asks, I'm having trouble with the color transition. There's always a line between the colors. What should I do different?
Because you applied the first color too thick, so then by the time you shape, you lose all the nude color or any color you put on top. You didn't blend it well at the first. So the second layer, it looks good because you didn't shape it. Sometimes by the time you shape, you lose that color because you built too thick on where the two color meets. Okay, so when you apply this, the first off-white, blend it that very thin and very smooth out. The more nice, thin, and smooth that is, the second color will automatically go in and blend that in together.
Anthony said, I'm so glad I'm not the only one that uses this technique. I tried the 2 beads method and I can never get the blending right, so I use the same method like you.
I find it because I just think I'm glad you shared that, because you know, you feel like, okay, one method is good, but actually no. I just feel like, why you have to make it harder on yourself? Just try to do what easier. And it doesn't save what you can save, maybe 3 seconds or maybe 30 seconds. It's not gonna make any difference. So don't be hard on yourself. Make it easy, make it just fun while you're doing it. So the whole point is just not trying to get, you can speed it up, but how fast can you? I feel like one bead, or you worry about the and that's just enough. Yeah. Nếu mà các bạn đang coi, nếu mà các bạn có thắc mắc gì thì hỏi em nhé. So bây giờ em chỉ làm blend it out. Make sure. See, I noticed right here, I don't have it too much. I mean, not enough. Then I just slightly blend that down. And the rest, once I like it, I go back. I do all the clear at once. Let's say all the ombre is good to the way I want it. Let me see the ombre. Yeah. Let's say the ombre to my liking, and I'm just gonna do the clear. Make sure I have the clear. Yes, it's the clear. Okay. So then I'm just gonna put it where I need it. Okay. And you just want to blend it down slowly. Same thing, you want to blend it nice and smooth. Everything towards the center. Okay. Các bạn là kéo nó everything vừa vuốt mà vừa kéo cho nó vô cái chính giữa. So cái móng nó vừa dày chính giữa mà vừa cái shape nó vừa đẹp. Yeah. So now I'm gonna take a little bead and put where the apex at.
Sujin said, "What do you suggest for nail lifting from the pigment on the color acrylic? Is there a good way to prevent lifting?"
Okay, so basically, always start the nail when you work on a color acrylic. Don't use straight to the natural nail. Always put like a clear or maybe slightly nude color as a first layer. What it does is first of all, is prevent from lifting, because when you have pigment into your powder, that's not 100% powder, so the pigment doesn't adhere to your natural plate as well. So the powder does. The acrylic powder does. So what you do is, like I always share, start with the clear base, very thin. That gives you, first of all, it helps you hold a stronger foundation, and second, also help with if you use a lot of pigments. And then also always cap clear on top of that. So you kind of sandwich the color in between, so your nail will look good and it will last longer. Jolie said, "What is your YouTube channel?" It's the Nail Tip Show. It's the same across with Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Hi June, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. So yeah, I love that. So yeah, keep coming if you guys feel like, like I said, I love to share this kind of tip. We all want to build, beautiful nails, and the more you know, the less troubleshooting you have. Okay, so yeah, I don't mind sharing it. Just if you guys want me to take it slower, let me know. But I'm just gonna try to speed up. So now, once you have the ombre the way you want it, you also go back your apex. Okay, guys, make sure apex is good all the time. So I'm always gonna try to build that, and always feather everything in towards the center and make that surface as smooth as possible.
Monica asks, "How do you know how thick a nail should be for it to be strong but also not look bulky?"
Yeah, so the tip is about the credit card thickness, but the middle of the nail is, I would say, almost 1.5 of that thickness, because that's the bulk need to be. Sometimes maybe 2, depending on the length, because the longer the nail is, it look like from this angle, let's just say, look at it, it might look thin, but it actually, if I chop it, if you want me to chop it, I know I feel sad to chop it, but if you chop it, the center right here will be thicker than this part. So the edge, everything else is like a credit card thickness. The free edge will be a credit card thickness, but the middle of the nail, the spine of it, has to be 1.5 thick ratio, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
June said, "Hi, I love watching you work."
Thank you. So yeah, so the longer nail you have to build a thicker apex. So always try to do that with the clear. That way it's nice, protect your color, and it also gives you a nice shape as well.
Katina said, "Your blend is always flawless. I want to be like you in my nail life. I'll keep trying.
Hopefully one of these days we could have a class here, then you guys can come on and we can hang out and do nails and have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know, we love the Tino class that we did right before COVID. So much fun. So yeah, I would love for you guys to come over and hang out and then take the class and then just learn and do everything here with us. It will be cool.
June asked, what size brush is that and what kind of monomer are you using?
Chisel. I'm using Chisel product. So I try to use the whole line, complete line as possible, but I have to be honest with you, I'm running low. So I'm actually using OPI liquid. So sorry. Yeah.
And then size brush?
I think this is 10. I think this 10 between, I always have, I have two brushes that the same, but the number is gone. So I know it's between 10 and 12.
Steven said, this is great advice about how to approach the work. Don't rush, have fun, learn as you go. He said, Anne is a true master.
Oh, thank you. You guys so sweet. Okay, so shaping. Okay, so remember we talked about the how to keep it straight. So now when you apply the product, it's already to the shape that you want, right? But of course, it's not perfect, and you can't expect to be perfect. So your goal here is to take the nail from the side wall out straight. So if you look closely, I do have the product slightly bulging out slightly. Obviously, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This is where the shaping comes in. You want to perfect that. So you want to take this edge and just kind of slowly, you want to taunt the skin out a little bit. You want to taunt that a little bit and just kind of slightly, slowly do the side wall. And then you're going to have this straight. I do it and I stop, because any time you do it too many times in one spot, you're going to create heat and you don't want to burn your client. So just do it a couple times and stop.
Sharon said the stiletto side profile needs no filing. It looks perfect.
Oh, thank you. I know that's, you know, it takes a lot of work, Sharon. You know that. It takes a lot of work. To be honest with you, I love to do the live. At the same time, I'm nervous because this is what happened. Our production is so high and we have so many angles. Any detail that like any mistakes, you guys see it. So in a way, it helps me to be better, right? So I know, but I love sharing with you guys. So I hope we can continue doing this. So, and then after I get the straight walls, with long nails, always press on the opposite side that you are working, because you need it in order for this nail not, well, first of all, you don't want to hurt your client, and second, this is how you achieve a straight line, is when you hold steady like this, it's firm. So when you put the file against that nail, it's straight. Okay, it's straight. So let me do this on the up so you can see with this nail. Okay, so look, I'll press on this side while I'm working on this side, right? You see? So then I create a straight file, and sit straight too, that might help. And always line that nail perpendicular with you, so then you have the eagle eye look and the side view and everything. And then once I perfect that side, I go underneath the nail as well.
So Lisa said, I'm so distracted by she's distracted by my earrings.
Take it off.
These are new. I got them at Ross. They're so cheap. Woohoo! That's like ideal. It's a steal right there. Look at these hoops.
So now what I'm doing, I'm just doing the side. So as you can see here, look. In order to give more like a contour look, you want to bevel the side. You could do it both ways. You could do it like this. Okay, go downward or forward. Okay, or you can do this. But when you do this, make sure you don't, again, when you're shaping, never go more than 4 or 5 times when you're shaping, because you don't want to conflict pain or heat on your client. It's so pretty. I love this shape. It's so nice and sexy. So how's that look so far? I hope that makes sense, guys. When you guys watching me shape, I hope that makes sense. A lot of sense when it comes to, you know, the application. Of course, you always want to scope with the shape, the nail, with the acrylic application, or even with, you know, when you do polygel, when you do dipping, you know, you want to create that shape while you're doing it. But, you know, refine the shape is always give that look, you know. Take the time to do it and learn it and just practice. It's okay. Practice on yourself. I find the reason I learn a lot too, because I kind of do it myself and I know what's hurt and what's not. So then I don't do the same thing on my client. So then you want to double check. You never want to file too much on one side. I slightly need bevel on this side a little bit. So. And never shape too much on this angle, the weakest point of the nail, okay guys? So now, if I flip it over, you can see it's nice and straight. And also, you can do this, that way you can see it even or not, okay? And you can see the sidewall here is not thick because you don't see product bulging out. If you see the product bulging out on one side, that means that side's still thick. So you need to refine that side a little bit more, okay? So that's how you check. I feel like nails, sort of like a woman's body, it needs curves. I don't know if you guys agree with me. So this is why I love shaping it, because it's just really cool. Just kind of fun to bring, you know, that shape, you know, that nail into, I don't know, it just looks so nice. Okay, so let me try. So who asking about the side? So yeah, so make sure you anchor the opposite side that you're working on, so then your shape can be nice and straight.
Carrie asks, I find using a metal file for the sidewalls and sponge file for on top of the nails gives the best shape for me. Do you use a metal file for anything?
I've one. But I usually use, I have a one metal file, but it's slightly this thin, from from Extend. So when I did his video, he gave me one, and I love it because I love the file. It's so thin, I can do the edge. But I don't use a metal file. I haven't tried that yet for do the surface work, if that makes sense. I only use it to refine the little edge. If I need to get close and tight to the, you know, the underneath the nail right here, this is where I use it. But yeah, I don't know, where can you find a metal file? I don't know. So
Pauline said, when I apply color acrylic, I always end up filing the cuticle color off. Any tips?
When I apply color acrylic, I always end up filling cuticle color. Oh, well, yeah, because you applied it, and then I think when you're shaping it, you just put a little more pressure, so you take a lot more product. It's a common mistake when you, I find I did that a lot too, but just be careful because with the cuticle, you notice when I shape the nails, I barely touch any cuticle because hand filing around cuticle area is like a no-no. I find that cuticle refinement is best to do it with a carbide bit because it gets tight to the cuticle area and I have a better control of it. Okay, but I'll show you. I think part of it, because try to maybe don't apply too thick, so then you don't need to do a lot of filing, and then that helps. But I can show you right now. I'm almost done with the shaping. I'm gonna use the e-file to do my cuticle refinement and the final surface work, and maybe you can see how you can improve on that.
Anthony said, I am loving the tapered square tip.
Oh, thank you. I know, isn't it nice? I know, we just got, so.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in the tips, it's on our website, so you can just head over to www.thenailtipshop.com. And today's show deal is all about bits. So we have the large head and the small head bits, and today and tomorrow, because it's only 48 hours, we are having buy one get one free. So whether it's the small head or the large head, if you buy one you get one for free. So just add both of them to the cart, and one of them you won't have to pay for it. So this deal is only available for 48 hours, so that gives you, like, you should just do it today, you guys, so you don't forget. Just do it right now. If you're looking for a new bit, small head and large head, it's buy one get one free. Just head over to our website, www.thenailtipshop.com. And I just want to give a couple shout outs to people who you guys, like, we love doing this for you guys, and your support means the world to us. So I just want to give a couple shout outs to a couple people that ordered from us this week, because we got so many orders and we literally cannot do this without you guys. So thank you for showing your support by supporting us by just heading over to our shop. So I want to say shout out to Thuan, Shonda, Elizabeth De Luna, Winley, Aaron, and especially Joselle. Thank you so much for helping us out. We just want to say big thanks for all you guys. There are more names. We just picked out a couple, so maybe if you want to order, then maybe we'll give you a shout out on the next video.
Okay, so right now, okay, is it Delisa asking about cuticle refinement? Sorry guys, I'm not good with names. Okay, so I think Delisa, or is it Pauline, that asking about the cuticle. Okay, so, okay, you can see the side view. Honey, can you give me a side view look? Okay, look at the side view, right? The cuticle, pretty, I mean, I definitely need refinement, but not much, right? But one way of not filing too much is you don't need, learn to apply the product not too thick here, so you don't have to do a lot of work. But second is all about how you use the e-file. So when I use the e-file, and when I go tight around the cuticle area, and when I angle it, I slightly tip it down, but not too much. Right? I don't want to create rings of fire, but then at the same time, I clean that cuticle. Look at one swipe, and it looks fairly good, right? So now I'm going to go back and repeat that again. But I'm going to go slightly, slowly, in one direction, and just continue with that. Stop. You don't want to do too much where you lose track of what you're doing. Okay? And right now, I'm just going to slightly taking out the bulk, but I don't have much to begin with to do, so I'm just going to do it lightly. So that's how you do it. See, if you applied it well, you really don't do much, because now you just want to blend that from your nail, from that angle to the powder, and slowly flush out and seamless, if that makes sense. Okay, if anybody have questions, you want to see the angle, let me know. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing. Các bạn làm cuticle mà các bạn muốn cho nó chắc và bền mà không có cần primer thì cái cách làm cuticle nó rất là quan trọng, là tại vì cuticle nó sẽ làm cho mình bao bọc cái móng, nó bao bọc cái bột nó bền hơn, cho nó chắc hơn thì mình phải đi sát cuticle chút xíu. Nhưng mà cái đầu dũa này 3-in-1 á là nó thẳng, nhưng mà nó có cái độ cong chút, nó có cái độ cong chút xíu, nhưng mà nó vẫn cho mình đi sát cuticle mà mình không cắt da khách hàng ha. Và phần cái đầu dũa này á là mình có thể đi hai chiều, tay trái cả cũng được nữa, nên nó đi nó rất là smooth. Mà các bạn thấy đó, em đi cuticle vậy á, nó không có cắt vô da mà em đi sát luôn á, nó không cắt vô da ha. Mà cái này là medium. Ok, rồi đây bây giờ em chỉ dũa nó lại sơ sơ thôi. Ok. Okay, my battery is up. Okay, but that's good. That's fine. I'm almost done anyway. Okay, so you can see I'm just going to refine the side a little bit.
Delisa asked, which bit did you just use?
The 3-in-1 medium. Okay, the 3-in-1 medium. So I'm going to check one more time. See this part right here? I have an edge. So I'm going to take a thin one. And that thin file allow me to go tighter around the edge.
Chevelle, she asked, will this be saved? I missed most of it. So, if you're watching on Facebook, we would highly suggest for you to share it to your Facebook page so that you don't have to miss out on it, because I know the Facebook feed is like crazy and, you know, we have a lot of posts. So, if you want to make sure that you want to specifically watch this video, just share it to your page. Or you can save it if you're on YouTube so you don't have to scroll back and try to find it. All of our lives are, you can just do the same thing, just share it to your page and you can always go back and look for it. But if you don't do that, then everything is still available after the live is over on our Facebook page and our YouTube. So if you on Facebook and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. So if you guys want to have any questions, just let us know because we'll be here.
Okay, so my battery is out, so I have to swap to a new one. So give me a second here. Sorry guys, I just have to swap it out because I ran low on the battery. Okay, so then yeah, so okay, so now the shape is fairly there. What do you guys think so far? I hope you guys like it because I feel like I gave a lot of tips on how you can shape this, how you build this, how you can make it more almost like sculpting nails, but simply by using form. So you can achieve this really close look with just simple techniques, and just careful about the apex area, your lateral side, and how you build the nail, and of course shaping as well to achieve that beautiful but long-lasting nails as well. Yeah. So now I'm gonna buff everything, so then I can show you. I hope you guys like this kind of video because I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like technique video is such a, I don't know, is it boring to you guys? But the reason I did this because I have few friends that are asking me, so I thought I always do some kind of design, and I love it, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I also like to give you guys a lot of tips so you can build, you know, nice nails, and that way your client's happy with you, so you can earn more money, everybody happy, you know? Yeah. So right now, again, I'm just gonna refine that cuticle slightly, not much, but you can see it's fairly done, right? Realistically, you don't really do a lot of shaping when it comes to if you apply, you know. But I like to do a lot of refinement just so then that's really nice and sturdy, and yet it's still beautiful, you know. So your client happy. Trust me, with this shape by itself alone, your client will be so happy. And always check the side view. Yeah. So now let me refine a little bit on the side. I noticed I have something here. Any questions so far?
Oh, everyone says they love it. Sharon said this is not boring at all.
Oh, thank you. I love this kind of video. I know for me, I love it because I feel like this is the key to keep your clients when you have beautiful, strong nails, you know. So that's where your client always come back to you. Shaping is really where you get the money, where they pay you, right? So yeah, right? So there, that's it. So, and I mean, it looks really plain, but by itself like that, it looks good. But I'm gonna just dress it up quickly because I have some beautiful butterfly nails here. I'm gonna take this one. Shall we just take this one?
Yeah. So this comes in a set, these butterfly stickers. If you have been like kind of itching to get some stickers, I know we have so many. So, but this is I think this is a great set because not only is there varying sizes of the butterfly stickers, but there's different colors, and this all comes in a set, and it has 13 pieces in total. So you have green, you have kind of like orange, pink, purple, blue, like an iridescent one, silver, and I just really like it. Some of them have a little bit different detailing, but it's beautiful either way. So if you guys want these products, just head over to our website. I just want to let you guys know that we have seriously new products almost every single week. Sometimes we don't promote them on our lives because we just have so many. So we just kind of pick our favorites for the week, and that's what you guys get to see. But you guys should always go back to our website to make sure that there is always new products, and you guys need to snatch them up because the first order, we always run out. So better snatch it up real quick.
Pauline said, do you always use the carbide bit first, then the sanding band? Yes, the carbide bit actually smoothing out the surface, do the surface work shortening. I do everything first with the carbide bit, then I use the sanding band as a buffer. For years now, I stopped using buffer when I do nails because I find that I usually use a sanding band to prep the nails. So I use the same sanding band to prep the nails before I start the service. Then I always use the same one to buff the nails because the grit is almost like the buffer anyways. Sometimes I use medium and sometimes I use fine, but by the time you do all that prepping work, your grit is kind of slightly almost like a buffing grit. So then I just use it, that way I don't have to waste product. I save myself time getting a new buffer. And I usually, finish it with a nice gel top. So your nail, the surface of the nail needs slightly rough. I mean, not too rough, but slightly, so the gel would stay on better anyway. So this is why I love the sanding band. So you save money and time and be efficient with it. Okay. So what speed do I use to buff? I use the same speed as I prep. So with prepping the nails, you always use between 6,000 RPM, maybe go to 8,000 RPM, but no more than that. Okay. Yeah.
Jennifer says, do you ship to Mexico?
I think we do, right?
Yeah, Jennifer, if you want to make an order and you're located in Mexico, please DM us. Just give us a quick little message and just let us know what you want, or we can help you right out.
Okay, so I love this kind of stickers because look, now you don't have to draw the butterflies because everything is there for you, and it's really pair really well depending on the nails that you going for. Like for bigger nails, you can use that, but for small nail you can use that, and it's a pair. So it's always nice to, if you like to say you want to pair these two together. Let me see, I could side this. Can I use that? You think I can use that? Yeah, right? Yeah. So let me.
I kind of like that they're not like one piece. They're two pieces.
Yeah, the two pieces, and then you can start one side. Let me take it out. I love this color too. We sell it in a set, right, Gun?
Yes, there's 13 pieces, and they all come together as a set. So, again, this is like a really good set if you are looking for butterfly stickers. I know sometimes there's a lot of designs out there, but this is a great one to start with, and you just get it in different colors, and each color has multiple sizes, so you can have so much fun with this.
Mm-hmm. So let's just say I'm gonna start right there. And then down. So yeah, like that. And then you can outline the fly and make it even prettier. Like you just use a gel paint and outline the butterfly, and then add some couple dots. Use black. And then if you want to parallel that, and let me see if I could parallel that. Yeah. I know it's critical that you got these two fingers slightly off a little bit. But you can see there, right? I'm just gonna parallel that. Try to hold it down.
Guys, these stickers are very sticky.
Yeah, very sticky. It stay on for weeks.
Yeah. Every time we do a nail design with stickers, they last forever. Whether it's the luxury brand, you're doing LV, Gucci, Chanel, Versace, or you're doing the butterfly, you're doing floral, anything that we have on our website, every sticker is so sticky and it stays on forever, and it looks beautiful when you wear them. So you guys, get your stickers.
Okay, so now that's what you do. And then I feel like you can really draw the wings more, outstand it more if you have room. Unfortunately, I don't have much room here, but I definitely would try that. But you can see it's really quick. Now you just do a little outline, put some rhinestone, and you're done.
I love it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we run out of time. I think I focused too much on the shape and the nail, the how to apply the tips. I hope this helps you to build a better nail shape for your next service with your client. Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi chương trình và em cũng mong những giây phút vừa qua các bạn có được coi cái cách em làm và cái cách em chia sẻ thì giúp các bạn shape cái tip và đắp cái móng cho nó đẹp hơn và làm cho cái móng khách hàng mình đẹp hơn để có ngày càng nhiều khách hơn nhé. Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi chương trình và cũng trở lại thứ năm nhé, khoảng chừng 7:30 at the Nail Tip Show, Facebook và YouTube. Cảm ơn các bạn. Okay, your turn.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. If this was your first day, thank you so much for joining us on the Tip Show. We love seeing you guys and hanging out with you guys while we do nails. If you guys are interested in any of the products today, you can head over to our website, www.thenailtipshop.com. And do not forget, we have a special deal. You will not find it on the website. This is a special deal that we announced here on the show. And today, our special deal is the large and small head bits. Buy one, get one free. So just head over to the website, just add 2 of those items and one of them will be free. So we have so many things like the stickers that we're using today on the website. So if you guys are interested, just head over. And if you guys have any problems or you guys need to call us, you actually can call us at our number at 909-342-0078. All right, thank you guys for tuning in today. We will be here on Thursday to show you another different nail design. All right, everyone, have a great night or a great day wherever you guys are. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.
Bye, guys.
To the music, dangling to the beat, smiling distant strangers winking on my feet. Then I see the moonlight